Hey guys, welcome back to another podcast. Happy Halloween! Today is October 31st, and I hope you are getting ready for trick or treat. Just kidding, it's not. It is November 5th.
Yeah, we're a little late on that Halloween podcast, but if you saw last week was very crazy for us, so we could not just sit down and film a podcast. We were honestly going through it, but it was a very fun Halloween, huh, babe?
Yeah, guys, we had a blast. As you guys probably saw already from our YouTube channels, we had a lot of guests over, very special guests that mean a lot to us. And yeah, our house was busy, so we couldn't just whip out the podcast and do it. So we had to wait a little bit. But as promised, we're going to go ahead and give you a Spooktober podcast.
Today we will be talking about paranormal activities. Last year we spoke about your guys' paranormal experiences, right?
Yeah.
No. We did it on our J&J vlogs because we
No.
didn't have the podcast yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did ASMR.
Yeah.
Scary stories. That video till this day has the least amount of views, but I personally think it's the funniest video we've recorded. It's just so funny. And if you're feeling down and you want a good laugh, go and check it out. Last October, it's us. We're doing ASMR, and it honestly turned out really funny. So go check it out.
Yeah, it was a very fun podcast, but we already read some of your guys' scary stories in ASMR. So today we are talking about our paranormal stories because, there's a lot of people out there that say they don't believe in ghosts and they don't believe in the demons and the spirits. I happen to be one of those that is very, very believe.
Really? I was about to ask you, you legit, yes? Okay, just yes or no, ghost.
Yes.
Yes or no, brujeria, like someone else putting something. Okay, yes or no.
Yes.
Evil things, like the ghosts doing bad things to you.
Yes.
Okay. I'm the complete opposite.
No.
No, I think it's all in your head, and your brain is super powerful, guys.
I agree. I always say this. When we're in the room and I hear a noise, the first thing I think is, holy crap, there's a demon coming to kill me. And
holy crab?
What?
You said holy crab.
Crab?
You didn't say crap. You said crab.
I say, holy crap, there's a demon coming to kill us. And when Jonathan hears a noise, he's like, oh my God, someone is breaking in. So you can call me very, very paranoid. Honestly, I am terrified of the dark. I think that everything that is dark is evil. So
yeah, guys, when she thinks there's a ghost, I think someone broke in. That's how different we are. As we said in our last podcast, thank you so much for showing love to that. I'm a realist. She's more acá en sacada de onda con todo. So, yeah.
But I think it has to do a lot with how we grew up, because you grew up not even watching scary movies, right?
No.
They were banned from your house.
Yeah.
And I grew up at 7 years old sitting down and watching The Ring on our big ass TV in front of with my parents. My dad is a huge movie lover, especially scary movies. So I love my dad, and I'm glad that he brought me up that way, but I grew up with a lot of trauma.
You're glad he brought you up that way, yet you're traumatized and I'm not.
Because it's cool. Like, I think it's cool.
No, because
I don't think it's
I
cool.
can go downstairs and get a glass of milk and you can't.
Yeah, but
and
I don't think it's
annoying.
cool to be like, oh, my parents banned me from watching scary movies. I'm like, yeah, my dad, I watch all the scary movies. Like, Jonathan hasn't even seen.
Y ahora ni puedo ir al baño sola.
Exactly. Jonathan hasn't even seen Jeepers Creepers, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, not even the original Halloweens. Nope. And I've seen all of them. Yeah, I'm traumatized for life, but I've seen all of them, and that's why I'm wearing Michael Myers on my shirt today. Jonathan hasn't even watched Nightmare on Elm Street or Friday the 13th. No. He barely watched Halloween last year, so he's a fake.
Hey, but I feel like whatever, no comment.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
All right, guys, so we're gonna dive into our paranormal stories. Are you sure, babe? I haven't told this story because that'd be so lame if
I'm sure you have, but for those 12,000 viewers, they don't remember.
Yeah. All right, guys. So I'll tell it again. But you want to start? Huh?
Mine are shorter, I think.
Why are you pointing down?
I was gonna say, do you want me to mute?
Oh no, that's fine.
Oh, remember to move your microphone.
Sorry.
Okay, so today we're gonna do paranormal stories. Jonathan doesn't think that anything that we talk about is paranormal. He always has some weird explanation behind things.
This one I think is paranormal, but it's not like. I think, I told you it's paranormal, but I think it's paranormal to the extent of, I didn't make it up, but Okay, this is the only story which like kind of convinces me maybe it might be true, but other than that, I think like I've had other paranormal I've told you about where I saw the little boy and I was like, fuck, I was so scared and I was running super fast. It could have just been my brain, you know?
Well, I think it really always just is your brain that
So then
plays
it's
tricks
not
on
paranormal.
you.
I'm talking about legit.
I
There's a
don't
little
know.
boy there.
I never seen something like, you know, but I've experienced things that make me think like that it's
You saw
real.
something, remember the one?
What?
Okay, you start off with the one in Texas, the house. Get the ball rolling.
Okay, so this one was when I was very young. We went on a trip to Texas and I stayed at the house with one of my friends. Well, she's like a family friend. And there were dolls all over the place. And to go to the room, there were stairs up and went right into the room, but there were no doors or anything. The family had a piano, had porcelain dolls all over the room. And it was creepy because at night, I remember we all woke up and we started hearing, what did I say was playing backwards? Do you remember?
No, you haven't said that.
Yeah. There was a song playing backwards.
No.
Yeah. I remember that, babe. I was terrified.
Okay, well, don't cut it because right now we're trying to get them in the mood and that just broke the mood.
Well, sorry, but they had a piano and I heard a happy song playing backwards. And it wasn't like only I woke up and I was being paranoid. It was all three of the girls that were there woke up and were paranoid listening to that song. So, honestly, I kind of pushed that into the back of my brain, but I think that was one of the first times I experienced something paranormal. But I was like, it's fine. Nothing's gonna happen to me. And then that's when I discovered my fear for porcelain dolls, and that's when I became paranoid of them and thought like, okay, I think they're evil. You know?
Yeah, babe, but that wasn't the story I was telling you to tell.
Oh, which one was it?
It was the one where you saw the little girl at the end of the stairs.
That was in Texas?
Yeah.
Boy.
That was, or it wasn't in Texas?
No, it was at Karen's house.
Oh, well, you still your friend.
Yeah, okay. This one is bad. Okay, so I had a best friend, right? Spend the night at her house. And every single time I would go to her house, I would have very vivid and very bad dreams. So the story goes, I was sleeping.
Get in the mood
Okay.
a little bit. You know, don't use your customer service voice.
Babe,
Get
it's
a
because
little
you make
bit.
me nervous because you don't let me talk for a long time unless you get really mad at me. So that's why I can't talk.
So I am
That's why I
letting you
try to
talk.
talk fast. Because
No,
I'm
go
afraid
ahead
you're
and
gonna
no,
get mad at
no.
me.
See, this is the only time you can relax, chill back, and take your time.
Okay. Okay, so I was sleeping. I was having a dream. And the dream wasn't even scary, first of all. I was having a dream that someone. Okay, do you guys. Sorry, I have to say, like, because do you remember the meme that was like, what's in the fucking box? Like, frosted flakes, damn, you know? So I had a dream that someone handed me a box and they were telling me, like, take care of what's in the box. And they're like, but because they're gonna come for them. So in my dream I was like hearing someone knock on the door, but it's like I was half asleep, half awake, because I could hear someone knocking on the door and it was coming from the side where the door was at, you know. So I was like a little bit skeptical until I got tired of it. So I woke up and I was like, whatever. Like, it was 6 a.m. probably. It was still dark outside and I wanted to go to the bathroom because I was gonna start getting ready, because remember we used to wake up at 6 a.m. to do our hair. So I opened the door, and directly from that door, they have stairs to go downstairs. And I wasn't even thinking about anything, but I opened the door. It was dark, and I looked like straight down, and there's a girl sitting at the bottom of the stairs. And the only way I can explain it and I can say is that she looked like the girl from The Ring. You know, the white dress, the hair over the face. She has me traumatized for life, honestly. So that's the first thing I saw. So I ran into the bathroom, which was right next to the bedroom. And I was like, oh my God, how am I going to get out of here? Like, I was scared. So I literally like banged on the wall so my friend could get up and come get me from the bathroom. So that's what I experienced there. After that, I just swore I was never going to go spend the night again because that was very scary. But then guess what? A couple weeks later, I found out that the house was haunted. Because not only, like, I remember her sister was practicing for a quinceañera in her basement. And in the basement, they had my friend's old bedroom set. So it was a bed and ¿cómo se llama? A dresser with a mirror, and it was really old. Like it looked very scary. So they also had like one of those big screen TVs that wasn't on. So they were practicing for the surprise dance or whatever, and they were all looking like at the TV that was off, and they just saw like a little girl walking by, but they only saw it on the TV, but it was off. So they just thought that like that little girl was probably making a home down there, because of the bedroom set.
Ay, no.
Now that I tell it, like it's not that scary, but
yeah, that's scary. Okay, let's diagnose this, and I'll tell you because I'm a paranormal doctor. How old were you?
I think I was like probably 8th grade or freshman in high school.
Okay, so you were okay. You were kind of big. Was it dark or was there light? Like you saw the girl?
No, it was dark. It was like dark, but like I could see her.
So you only saw like the outline of it, pues? Like
I
the
saw
bulk.
the white dress and the hair.
Okay.
But she was like sitting on the stairs, which at the end of the day, like there probably wasn't anything there. My brain was playing tricks on me, because I'm traumatized. Like when I close my eyes, that's the first thing I see when I think of something scary. So very well, it could have been my brain, but I was scared as shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, guys. Now I'm spooked out. I don't want to go no more. No, I'm kidding. I had an experience like that too with the TV. I remember, the house over there with Arturo. One time I was by myself. That house always gave me the jibbies, guys. I don't know why. The basement gave me the jibbies. The living room gave me the jibbies. Whenever I would stay up late to watch TV, like I would just be so scared. I don't know why. And I was late at night. I was like 2 a.m. A little kid watching TV, and I'd go to turn off the TV. When I press the button, it lets out like a scream, like a woman screaming, and like, but it goes like staticky, and it screamed like, and till this day I've never forgotten that. I didn't see anything. I just heard like a scream, and till this day I don't forget that. Like every time, even when I stay playing Call of Duty and I turn off the TV, I'm like, so basically the reason why I don't forget that is because I'm waiting for it to happen again. Maybe it was something with the power, and it let out like a weird noise. The show was going on. As soon as I pressed the button off, something with the TV and the power, like it forced the TV to scream. So every time I turn off my TV now, I'm like, oh, maybe I'll do it this time again. And it's never done it. So yeah, I don't know. That's just a random story there.
I want to piggyback off of that.
What?
You know how there's irrational fears? Well, one of my most irrational fear, I guess you could call it. So I hate driving at night. You know this. It literally scares the shiz out of me if I'm by myself, because I always think of my dad's story when he saw someone in the back of the seat through the rearview mirror and he was by himself. So my like irrational fear, babe, is that I'm driving and like I always like feel something because I'm paranoid, and my biggest fear is like, oh my God, someone's about to scream in my ear right now. Isn't that weird to think about? Like,
Really?
I'm just driving and I feel like someone's about to scream in my ear.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I thought you were going to say maybe like cut my throat or try to choke me.
Not even. Like, I literally feel like someone's going to scream in my ear. That's scary.
No, that is just called ear problem.
Paranoid.
All right. What else? Like, I want to build up to it, so I'm looking for other little ones first. Let's see. Well, I'll start off with the one I was just talking about. One time I went to go park my grandpa's truck. He has a farm/house. So first it's the house, then it's the farm, and it's all connected por un callejón largo sin luz. It's dark. So where we park the trucks, we don't park them in the house. We park them in the farm, the barn part of it. So en el corral, pues, por no ser nopalero. So metí la troca, me decía, te la voy a prestar ahora en la noche, pero quiero que la parques hasta atrás en el corral para que no estorbe, because, él hace chicharrones, hace todo, tiene carnicería. So no quiere que las trocas estorben, The last thing you want to do is wake up and start a cold truck when you don't have to. So he's like, siempre hasta atrás, hasta el corral. So yo siempre de morrillo me asustaba y todo eso, because it was dark, like no había luces. Y I'd say it's a good, well, I was little, so se me hacía eterno el callejón, but I'd say it's a good, like a 200-meter dash, put that straight, and that's how long it is. So then I'd be like, okay, fuck. So then one time I went, and I turned out, and the scariest part is turning off the lights and then having to walk back. And you know how you are, if you walk, you're less scared, I mean, you're more scared, but you're like, fuck. If I run, then I'm scared. So then that night, I was like, fuck, like I'm super scared this night. I don't know why. So instead of walking, I just ran. I bolted. But before the one of the first things you cross is la bodega donde we have all the food for the animals. So estaba allí y voy corriendo derechito, derechito y luego nomás volteo así y veo a un niño, like, como basically vestido así para un bautismo de blanco, como de unos 7, 8 años por ahí, no muy alto, no muy chiquillo, pero sí, y luego nomás lo volteé, lo miré y seguí corriendo y ya, that's the only time que puedo decir bien, bien que he mirado algo, pero también, o sea, el miedo que tenía corriendo, my heart was beating, I just turned super quick, it could have been anything, puede haber sido un costal, no sé, los costales de maíz también son blancos, pero también está oscuro, it doesn't make sense, but así bien, bien es la única vez que he mirado algo así. So yeah, what do you think about that situation?
I
You
would
think it
have
was my
shat my
brain?
pants. Um, well, it's because that's what I mean. Like when you're scared, your brain can do so much that I think maybe it was your brain, but maybe it was feeding off of something that was actually there, you know. But I would have thought that it was completely real. So I don't
Yeah.
know. You don't
Pero
ask
yo
me.
siempre, como por ejemplo, toda esa casa que donde vivimos, it doesn't give you like spooky vibes, pero pues toda mi familia ha visto cosas ahí, mi tío ha visto señoras y todo. So yo siempre creciendo dije, and I always made like little time frames for myself. I would be like, okay, voy a cumplir 10 años, ahora es este año voy a mirar algo, you know? O voy a cumplir 15, okay, yeah, I'm old enough to see a ghost, you know? And then, what are you looking at? Oh.
You.
And then cumplí 20 and I was like, okay, yeah. So I always gave myself timer intervals. I was like, okay, this is the special year I'm going to see something, you know? Pero no, nunca he visto nada. Y he llegado a las 4 de la mañana, a las 3, sober, drunk. So like, I've been in every position to see something y nunca. Una vez sí, llegué bien tarde a la casa y mi mamá estaba ahí, casi le meto una aguantada, pero ella me dio la cachetada primero. Pero ahí sí casi me da un infarto, me meto a la puerta, pitch black dark, bien oscuro, volteo, ahí está like mi mamá con el pelo, like, pues en pijamas de blanco y con el pelo para abajo. Y nomás le hago así y luego pues ella primero me da la cachetada porque eran como las 3:30 y no sabía que me había salido pues.
I can see that because every single time Jonathan gets scared or I scare him, ¿cómo lo haces? No, not like that. You go like
No,
this. You don't go up here. You're like this.
well like this. No, I used to go like that. Now it's slowly changing. Like I'm
No,
becoming a
you've
pussy.
never
Because
done this.
I've done that, and then I've done that, and then you just scared me, and I went like that. So it's getting lower and lower. First it started, and then now it's just gonna be like protecting my nuts. But yeah,
But Jonathan gets so scared, so mad when I scare him. Why? Because you look funny or what?
yeah, because it's just my. I don't
Because you're
know,
ready to throw hands and you
guys. I
can't.
hate being scared. I hate it. I hate it. It's not fun.
And people ask me, like, if you're so paranoid, why do you still love watching scary movies? Why do you still love going to haunted houses and all of that? And I'm like scared to a certain extent. Like at haunted houses, I know it's fake, like I know that I'm going to get scared. And scary movies también, although scary movies are a little bit scarier for me. But I don't know. I feel like all of that feeds into my trauma. So every time I'm by myself or it's dark, even if Jonathan's there, even if the dogs are there, if I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm terrified that I'm going to see something. And I've sworn that I have. Like I've woken up in the middle of the night and I swear that I see something standing there and like, you literally hear me scream.
Yeah, guys, nos está saliendo el bill de la luz bien alto porque Julissa tiene que dormir con la tele prendida, con un foquito de luz prendida, a veces con el foco del cuarto prendido.
When have I ever slept with the
Back
light
in the
on?
house, I would have to wait. I would have to fall asleep with the light on. Remember? It was when I first moved in with you. Okay, it doesn't have to be like you. Puede ser tu familia o que has
Oh, I'll
escuchado.
tell my dad's story. My dad. Okay, this is a fun fact. My dad trabajaba haciendo cajas para los muertos, and I very recently found out that he also would go and pick them up and take them to where the
Yo
morgue.
estaba ahí cuando nos dijo, pero Julissa siempre está en el teléfono cuando
Ay, no
estamos
seas
con su
mentiroso.
familia. Y nos dijo su papá que él no nomás hacía las cajas, pero cuando se morían en el hospital, que ya los pronunciaban muertos, él iba y los recogía los muertos para meterlos en la caja.
I don't recall that ever being said. But my dad did that. Like, how crazy is that? He has a lot of stories, like, viendo lechuzas and, like, all of that. But anyways, that's a fun fact about my dad. So I can't remember the story exactly, but it goes like one of his cousins or friends, very close friends, passed away. And pues sí, ¿verdad? Se murió, en paz descanse. And my dad gets up in the morning, the crack ass of dawn, así se dice, ass crack of dawn, gets in the car. He gets in the car. It's dark outside because, at 5 in the morning, it's still dark. And he, like, goes to, like, fix his rearview mirror. Y ahí está su amigo or cousin sitting in the back seat. Like, through the mirror. So he goes like this, but nothing's there. But in the mirror, he can see him.
Yeah, and you don't tell it good. He did that every morning for a while, and he would talk to him hasta que le dijo, like, ya, porque estás aquí, yo no te hice nada, like, ya vete a descansar en paz, y ya después de eso, ya, ese lo fue. Pero dicen, fun fact to that, que cuando se te parece algo, tienes que confrontarlo, como ya te confront it, and you can't just let it keep scaring you. And
I could never.
you have to, like, que se te va a seguir apareciendo y todo y tienes que como, you know what, like aquí mando yo y ¿qué quieres? Like you have to ask it what it wants y yeah, maybe it tells you or maybe it doesn't.
Well, it's like how what were we saying the other day, babe? When we heard something like some kind of talk that cuando se te parece algo, like it's never gonna be that person, like it's never gonna be good. It's always going to be something bad.
Yeah, como por ejemplo cuando se te porque oh, that's a very good example porque estaba viendo en TikTok que se murió la mamá de una muchacha y a la mamá le gustaban mucho las mariposas y pues como ya al siguiente día está en su porch, you know, like just being sad and that a yellow butterfly comes and stands on her arm and she's like, oh, this is my mom. Y eso sí, like eso sí se pasa, you know, like your mom's spirit is coming through a butterfly, something like that. That is your mom, you know, that was her mom. Pero la gente que dice que se murió mi mamá o mi papá o mi tía, whatever, y luego la volví a ver, like ella, like como era ella, como antes se moría, antes que se muriera, esa no es tu tía, pues pensamos nosotros en nuestra religión o en lo que sea, eso es como pues el demonio que te quiere tomar ventaja de tu tristeza y todo eso.
Yeah, I watched one of the Conjuring movies is like that. It's like her mom passes away due to cancer and she starts like hearing her talk to her and then she starts like exploring that and at the end like there's someone following her that looks she doesn't look like it the thing doesn't look like her mom, like it's all like bald and like scary with the oxygen mask, and every time she sees it something bad happens to her, like her la atropellan, and all that. So it's like, yeah, when you think about it that way, like, why would your mom want to hurt you like that? But it's like people don't get scared because they're like, no, like, it's my mom.
Yeah, or like, you know, you get so attached to the image que es mi mamá, y luego te dice tu novio, no, no es tu mamá. Y luego tú empujas a tu novio, te alejas de tu novio, y luego viene tu hermano, no, no es tu mamá. Y tú te enojas porque, no, sí es mi mamá, ¿cómo no la...? Y te alejas de tu hermano y todo. Así que esa cosa mala te está haciendo que te alejes y te vuelvas más vulnerable hasta que estés sola y a lo mejor pienses, ay, me quiero matar para ver a mi mamá. O sea, no es tu mamá, pues tu mamá ahorita, Dios quiere, está con Diosito y no puede volver, según la Biblia, aparecerse.
Yeah, that's scary because they feed off of vulnerable souls.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's a fun fact. You can look into it depending what religion you believe in or what your beliefs are, pero...
Yeah, you guys should let us know down below in the comments if you believe in all of this or you think that it's simply just your mind playing tricks on you, because that's what Jonathan tells me all the time, and then I get mad and sad because I'm like, but I'm living it. But then I think about it, maybe it is,
Yeah, definitely. I mean, pero hay unas historias donde, like, como eso de la brujería que estábamos hablando pero anoche de eso. ¿Qué dices? ¿No?
¿Qué dijo?
O que el brujo, pues, como, pues no nomás ellos, pero los brujos que según te hacen y lo tienes que ir a barrer con un huevo. Te hacen ojo, pues.
O even esos que, ¿cómo se llaman? Los
O
que
el
te
voodoo
leen,
doll.
que los que te leen tu mano.
La mano. Sí, todo eso es malo porque nadie sabe el futuro, ¿ok? Nomás Dios y nadie te puede decir qué va a pasar. Pero hay cosas que sí como que te tiran de onda como, ay, like, you know, ¿cómo supo que esto iba a pasar? O no, lo que me hace weirded out es cuando saben algo de ti, ¿sí me entiendes? Como cuando vas a que te leen, como en las películas, o no en las películas, eso es de mentira, pero como en videos de YouTube que he visto que, ay, tú tienes una niña, o no, tú tenías un hermano que se murió y luego dijo, pues sí, cuando nací era un gemelo, you know, and like, ¿cómo vas a ver? Nunca le había dicho eso, you know?
Or los mediums, like the Long Island Medium. I was so obsessed with that show. But it's like, do you think that's true? Like, how can she speak to the dead? That does not make any sense.
Es que no, como... Hay los que sí se pasan, como los que yo miré en un video. ¿Quién era el YouTuber?
Joe Rogan?
No.
What other
Oh,
podcast?
okay. The King and the Sting. Fuck. It's like
Oh.
It used to be an ex MMA fighter named Brandon. He's from here, from Aurora, Colorado, and a comedian named Theo Von. And they're super funny. Anyways, they got a medium, and like the medium basically, it reminded me a lot like of a car salesman. They kind of guide you into what they're looking for. Like, oh, you've been sad lately. Pues the guy's like, yeah, obviously, you know. Oh, and you would say that it's because of all the work you got going on. Well, yeah, I'm a celebrity, you know. Oh, and you don't have a good relationship with your mom. No, I actually do have a good relationship, you know. So they just basically guide you. But then there's the ones that are crazy good, like, you know, like he said they did it with two. One's the celebrity, one the Kardashians, and then one's the other one. And I think it's the one you're talking about, the Rhode Island one, or Miss Ma or something like
She
that.
has like blonde hair.
Yeah, something like that. And then there's like a really gay guy.
Yeah, I know the gay guy, but
Yeah,
I don't
he's
think...
the Kardashian one, huh?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
He's like a celebrity one, and he was the one that was being bogus, but the other one was like Cambodian or Japanese or whatever. And then he was like, "Whoa, like how does he know that happened?" You know. And Theo Von, like that's how deep it was that he didn't want to share it with this podcast because that's only something he knew about. That basically his mom struggles with drug addiction and would like ask Theo for pee so his mom could pass drug tests when he was little. And then she's like, how do you know that? Like, because that's weird. So like how it explained to me that, like, what do you think that is?
Boy, I don't know. I honestly, like, you ask me something, I'm like, yeah, I believe it because I believe everything. I'm gullible.
But like that's so weird, like, because my brain goes to there that exists. Let's just say exists, right? Brujas can know the future, can know the past, can know you deep. But that, say it falls into the hands of the government, like we're talking about, like my nerd brain goes to like, whoa, we can predict like cooler shit. Why do you want to predict how Mary dies? Let's go out and predict if Yosemite's gonna blow up in the next 40 years. You know what I mean? So that's where I go to.
That's scary to think about because
But
it's like, I don't know, because every time I watch like Long Island Medium and they're like, oh yeah, she's coming to me. I can see her. It's your little sister. You know, like how the fuck did that happen? Because I remember her. I don't know, maybe the shows were scripted, but like the girl's like, yeah, my brother died, and then she literally told her how the brother died. So it's like, I don't understand.
I mean, I wouldn't believe anything that's on TV.
Yeah.
Like Ghost Hunters, all that. I used to think it was real, then I found that it was fake.
Oh my god, do you remember the show Infarto?
Yeah, it tickles my brain, but I don't.
That show was the death of me. Like I would literally think about it. I'm like, if someone scared me to that extent, like I wouldn't just have a heart attack. I feel like I would die.
Yeah, that's how I feel with skydiving.
What the heck? I would skydive in a heartbeat, but I could not. You could not tell me that you're gonna give me $20 to stay in a room in the dark by myself for 10 minutes. Like that's
Pero que era Infarto? It was like Fear Factor?
Yeah, well, Infarto was like you would go in, you would tell them your biggest, scariest
fear. ¿Y
te
lo hacen?
Y te lo hacían.
Por dinero, huh?
And then you would literally pass out and die.
Yeah, pero ¿por qué no mientes? Ay, le tengo mucho miedo como yo.
Because people actually wanted to get over it.
Pero yo le tengo mucho miedo. Pero era por dinero.
I don't remember.
Era por
actually.
como $1 million or whatever.
Please
so I was
debunk it in the comments. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if I could go somewhere where they could take my like paranoia away, I would. But I can't, because then I would be more scared.
Like I did my own analysis with shrooms. Like, it's because I was thinking about shrooms, how it just became legal in Oregon, and how they're using it.
Did them the other night?
No, and how you can actually like clinically go and get treated for traumas with shrooms. But I was gonna say in my dreams, remember I had a dream of Chucky. FYI, for those that don't know, Chucky's my biggest fear. Was my biggest fear, but he was in my dream, and it was one of those times where I controlled my dream. I could have been like, I'm gonna wake up right now, but I knew I was in the dream, and I just kept it until I killed him. And now I'm not as scared. Like I used to, like I was traumatized with Chucky. I would watch the movies. I would be super scared. And then one time we went to go bowl. You know the bowling alley que está ahí in is it Louisville? Where we got good times after we came back from that trip or whatever. The Mikes. There's a bowling alley across the street where Chipotle is. And in the maquinitas donde agarras el claw, there was a big old Chucky doll in there. and no one was watching it because all my family was bowling, and I just kept looking back at it, looking, and it was just like there against the glass, like looking at me. So yeah, that's. But I was gonna tell you about dreams. Like, why don't you do that?
What?
Like next time you dream, remember that you're in the dream and
I
get over
can't,
it.
babe. I get so scared to the point like I don't even know how to wake up. Like I just think I'm gonna die, and I wake up because I've tried to wake up, and then that's when I wake up like crying. But it's not like I can wake up and out of my dream. It's not like I can control it and like confront it. It's like I see it and I'm like, holy shit, like this is how I die.
Pero amor, tú también a veces sueñas las más cosas más nacas and you're like, I couldn't wake up.
You know, it's funny because Jonathan can be very nice, and I'm like, babe, please go bring me a cup of water, and he'll get up and bring me a cup of water. But he can also be very mean when he's like, you're literally 22 years old. You can get up and get a freaking cup of water on your own. And I literally, like, it makes me want to cry because I'm like, you do not understand. Like, I'm not playing.
No, it's
I'm
not, babe.
playing.
Because how'd you do it before me?
I didn't.
You did.
No.
Yes.
When? With who?
You
Where?
would get up and go get milk and
Said
stuff.
who?
You would.
Said who?
But you do scarier things, like you go to bailes with your homegirls when we were broken up.
That's not scary. How's that scary?
You could get kidnapped, walking dark back to your car.
I would go in a big group of friends and we would never separate from each other.
Okay, that to me is scarier because if I'm intoxicated out in the public, someone could just.
Well, I didn't get intoxicated when we were broken up. I didn't even drink.
But all your friends would be intoxicated.
Yeah, and I would be the mom of the group.
Yeah, so say you get kidnapped, all your drunk friends will be like, oh my God.
I can't because I would
Where's
just
Blanca?
stay there with them. I know how to take care of myself, boy.
Oh yeah, you can go get your milk then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, go get your milk.
That's
exactly.
what I'm telling him. Like,
Don't come at me.
I can't do that. I just can't.
All right, babe. I'll get you water, but you can't do scary stuff to me.
Turn off the lights. Turn off the lights. You can go to sleep with the lights off.
Guys, that pisses me off because I can't go to sleep with the lights on or the TV on.
I tell him, you knew what you signed up for. You knew who you were
and then
marrying.
I tell you, I can't. No, I didn't know you were this much of a chicken.
And then I tell you, la puerta
take backs,
está
take
muy
backs, take backs. And I say take backs, pero
two of you.
I say take backs.
When have I ever started crying?
You're like, oh really?
You say take backs, I'm like, take the dogs with you because I'm gonna be by myself.
Okay, first of all.
What?
I went out for a walk right now with the dogs, and you're like, "Where are you? Where are you? I can't feed you and the dogs." Yeah, so shut up.
That's because I was literally just on a phone call, hangs up, and like the doors are open, but no one's home.
I understand, guys.
No, you don't understand.
No, I do because even when we've been like super mad at each other, I've always wanted to, because when we get mad, guys, she always is in the room and I get the whole house to myself. So she loses here. But anyway, she's in the room and I've always wanted to do this. But like, I know she's so scared that even no matter how angry we are at each other, like I still wouldn't do this to her. I've always wanted to put through my phone like the Ring and like have her be in the room by herself in the dark.
I would, babe, I kid you not. Look at me in the eyes, babe. I would have the divorce papers on the table so quick.
But no, it's not that I know you would break up with me. It's more like, fuck.
Just
like,
for fun?
That's like traumatizing.
That would literally
like I know that would kill you.
You know what? I literally think about it and I'd be in like a mental hospital.
Nah, you would probably just be really like, you wouldn't talk to me no more.
Yeah, I know I would leave you.
But yeah, guys, that's funny. Anyways, any more stories you got?
It's not funny.
Because we're already like at 35. And we haven't really fucked up to edit anything out. No, I don't think so.
Okay, I think let's go ahead. I'm going to shut the front door now and let Jonathan take the spotlight and tell you the time he called the cops on a ghost.
Oh my God, you even know the title of my story from how much I've told it.
That's what I was thinking about, babe. Like, now that I'm keep retelling my stories, like, I think about it, I'm like, I'm a dumbass. Like, that's not even scary.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming back after that short commercial. So it all started. Ready? I'm going to tell it really good.
Wait.
Ready? So I all started, guys. It was December 2017. What do we say? Let's just go with 17, maybe 18. It was December, so obviously I was in Mexico with my family. But Johnny Boy over here decided to get a lot of speeding tickets, which led me to go to court January 2nd. So I came back. I spent New Year's in the bus. I was all by myself in the bus. came back January 1st. And yeah, empezó. I had a core. I went by myself. But my family's those families that don't come back till like January 10th. Or no, it was earlier, like 6th, 7th, I would say. Um, so then what happened was I came back. I'm not gonna tell you the stuff that happened before at that house, but just know that I already had a bad vibe. I was already battling, you could say, with something there. You know. So then whatever, and it only happened to me. Keep that in mind. Like it loves my family. I'm talking like if there's something there, it loves my family. But no, like there, it doesn't mess with my family. I think it's me. Like I have something within me that que no le caigo bien at whatever is there, that I think is there. So it all started when I was just me by myself in the basement, and I would hear footsteps upstairs, but not like someone walking legitimately, more like tiptoeing fast. I would say like in socks, not shoes because it wasn't that loud, but socks, you know. Boom. And the only thing upstairs was Corny, my lizard. So then, yeah, that was it. But I was like, you know what? It's an old house. The pipes, the water, whatever. Something going on with that. Maybe raccoons, rats in the pipes, whatever. Second night, my friend Kevin. Oh, with that, I would the door. You have the main door to go, in your front door, and then you have the spring door, the glass door. So that in tiempos bonitos, nomás abres la puerta mera. You leave the glass one, the light comes in, but the bugs don't. I told my best friend Kevin at the time to come over, like hágame compañía and, make me company because I'm kind of scared and we'll just play video games and drink and whatever. He comes over, we're just chilling. All of a sudden, we hear the spring door kind of close a little bit. And then, like minutes later, footsteps a little bit more. And Kevin, he's a big guy. He boxes. He's pretty tough. He was shitting bricks. Like we were both scared. I take out my phone, but like I was already kind of used to it. But he was really scared. Like he was standing up. He's like, I want to leave. Let's go. Like, I me quiero ir. But I was more like I was kind of enjoying him being scared that I wasn't going crazy, like someone else was hearing this with me. So by the way, guys, this is all in a YouTube video that I never made public. Maybe if you guys want, I'll make it public so you can see. And then he gets freaked out, whatever. He leaves. We keep playing video games, we keep drinking. He finally leaves like late at night. I go to sleep. Take it that this is all downstairs, as in the basement. My house wasn't 2 floors, it's 1 floor, then the basement, and I live in the basement. So then the third night, everything happens in the third night. I was watching the Ace Family, guys. I remember this so clearly. I was watching the Ace Family. I was still hearing the footsteps. So every once in a while, I was pausing the video and hearing, and then ya no se escuchaba nada, boom, boom, boom. But then it was getting a little bit louder, more like my heart was thumping. Like I was like, I can't believe I'm actually hearing this. Like it's not the water pipes. Like I'm actually hearing shit. And take it. It wasn't my lizard because I know the specific no. Because at that time, Corny tenía una pinche maña de brincar and hit because he was in a little cage, go up and hit like the top of his cage, and it would make a specific noise. So I knew what that was. Or when he runs, he makes this like little noise, with his little feet. But it's like you have to be there in front of him to hear it. You can't hear it from all the way on a different floor because he's so little. So then I'm watching the footsteps get a little bit louder. I keep pausing the TV, I'm just shitting bricks. I have my phone. And then all of a sudden, guys, I pause the Ace Family. Like the volume's kind of loud. Austin's talking, so he's a little bit louder. Boom, I pause it and I hear the door that leads into the garage slam shut. All right, guys, little fun fact. This door to the garage is a different door from the rest of the house. This door actually slides on the ground. So and it's very hard to close. So it makes a very specific noise when you close it, but it slams shut, guys. Like I'm talking like, slam shut. Like when you close that door, you kind of have to like budge with it for it to close away. So the only way you really want to close that door super fast is like to slam it so it doesn't get stuck like at the beginning of the frame. So then that happens. I spring up, guys. I pause it. I run to the bathroom. My first reaction is to run to the bathroom. I don't know why. I lock myself, and I text my parents. I'm like, "Are you guys like?" Oh, and that time, guys, my parents were on their way home. Iban por Nuevo Mexico or whatever. When the last time I talked to them, so I'm like, maybe my parents are playing a prank on me. They got home early. I didn't hear the garage open, so maybe they came in through the garage. And I'm trying to be realistic here. And I text my parents, and my mom sends me a picture, guys. It's loading. It's a picture of the signs above the highway that say like welcome or whatever, and it was saying like Denver, like 30 more miles. So I was like, fuck, like that picture looks pretty fresh, pretty like it was. She just took it. And she's like, no, we're not there. Like, call the cops. And then yeah, I call the cops, and I'm like, I think someone just broke in. I'm home alone. My parents aren't here, and the whole neighborhood knows, my parents aren't here. So then I call cops. She's like, don't get off the phone with me. But I'm in my bathroom and I don't have anything to protect myself with. In my head, guys, take in mind, this is where me and Julissa are very different. I'm like, no, it's someone broke in. Like, someone broke into my house. There's a big old dude by the sound of the way he closed the door. It's a big dude. He probably has a gun or a knife. And I'm screwed down here. I don't have nothing. I'm looking through the cabinets with my flash because I turned off all the lights. The light was already off in the basement. I was just using the TV light. So as soon as I turn off the TV or pause it or whatever, so there's no more like light. Didn't stay on the light portion of the video or whatever. It was like Austin's face, so it was kind of dark. And then I just go into the bathroom and I'm looking at. I don't find anything. And then I go into my room, like I sneak into my room, but I hang up on the operator, right? Because I'm that scared. I want to talk. What if maybe he doesn't know I'm here, or whatever. And she calls me again, and I expected it to say 911, but it's like a regular number. So I'm like, fuck. So I answer. She's like, are you okay? Like, don't hang up on me. Like, she was kind of mad. She's like, don't ever hang up on me. You're not supposed to hang up. I was like, but I can't talk. Like, I can't talk. She's like, find something you can use as a weapon. And I'm looking, guys. The hardest thing is a freaking pillow. Like, I don't know why nunca se me ocurrió have something down there. I didn't have anything, guys. Clothes in my closet, pillows on my bed, blankets, but nothing hard enough. Like, nothing even remotely hard. So then she's like, don't worry. And guys, honestly, like Longmont, Colorado, shout out it's LPD too, huh? They get there like in 2 minutes. Like, boom, the lights are flashing into the basement. They're like, the cops are outside. Now I'm gonna ask you to do something really scary. I'm like, what? She's like, I need you to run upstairs, open the door, but keep me online. And I was like, I can. Like, what if he's upstairs? And in my head, I'm like, fuck, he has a gun. Like, he's just gonna catch me there. He's gonna be at the door. Obviously, he's gonna take me hostage, use me to get away, kill me, whatever. So I was like, fuck, 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 fuck. So I was like, whatever. I was like, guys, I was so scared. I was like, I'm gonna die. And then, boom, I run upstairs. I fling the door open. The cops reach for their gun, and I was like, no, no, it's me, it's me, it's me. And then I show them the operator, like that I'm talking to the operator, and I hang up and I run to like the edge of my lawn basically. And then the cops were like, I was like, yeah, like he's in there, like whatever's in there. I was like, I heard something like footsteps, the door open, close. So then they're like, okay, yeah, we need to go to the edge of your property. So I go to the edge, and that's when I start recording, guys. I turn off the operator, and then I put my phone in my pocket. But it's such shitty quality because I didn't want to be recording there and thinking that I'm just a punk ass kid that wanted to do it for a YouTube video. So I put it in my pocket just so like it's vertical, so you can kind of see it. The camera's out of my pocket a little bit. And they do the whole fancy schmancy, movie thing where like, we're gonna let the dog in, you better come out or he's gonna bite you. And then they count 1, 2, 3, and then the cool dog goes in, he sniffs. I thought it was so cool. And then he goes, he sniffs, he's come back, he tells the officers, no, he didn't find anything. And then they go in, and then finally, like, they call me in. They're like, do you want us to do a walk around with you? I was like, what didn't you check? She's like, we didn't check the backyard or the back shed. I was like, yeah, let's go check it together. We went. They're like, well, there's no sign of forced entry, like blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, and they were super nice guys. I told them, I was like, look, officers, like, I'm not a punk kid. Like, I'm not doing this for attention or to waste your time. I was genuinely scared, and like the lady was super nice, guys. They were really nice to me. I've always had good experiences with cops. Nunca me he quejado. They're like, no, if it's a concern to you, like, you call us. She could have been like, you're crazy, dude. Like, there's no sign of forced entry. There's nothing, no fingerprints, no glass, broken. Like, she could have been like, you're fucking crazy, dude. But I think cops know deep down. I'm sure that's not the first time they've ever been called for something weird like that. So deep down, they know something is going up in the paranormal world. So I told them, and then they're like, I was like, thank you. But they're like, we suggest you go somewhere else. And in eso, I like ni llego a la corner de mi street, like, to go out to my friend's house. Y en eso, like, my parents get home. And I tell them, and my parents, till this day, todavía me juzgan como loco. Or they think that, that I have something. And I came clean to my parents. I was like, I've never done the Ouija board. I've never done any weird shit like that. Like, I've never done that. Or, I wasn't even watching a scary movie that weekend or anything like that. Yeah, that's my story, babe. What do you think?
I think that I would have probably died. if I had experienced that with you. But thankfully we weren't together, so I didn't have to go through that. Babe, you know what I was just thinking about?
What?
The other day I woke up screaming, and you were like, tell me what you were like, what you were dreaming about. I was like, I can't. And I just remembered what I was dreaming about.
What
It was
it?
spooky vibes. But because I remember, like, every time, like, you see something scary, my mom's like, es que tienes que orar, tienes que orar en el nombre de Dios para que se vaya, para que se aleje, right? So this is my dream. I was dreaming that I was in a room with a bed, and that I was like doing something, like I playing with chai. I don't know what I was doing with my hands, but that I felt something like in the presence, like there was someone there, and I was like, whatever, like I've always felt this before. And that literally, this is why I started screaming. Out of nowhere, I feel someone like grab me by the hair and like pull me up, babe, like literally. You do not know how scared I felt. And I was like in the dream, like I was literally shitting my pants, and I was trying to blurt out like, no, like in el nombre de Dios, like that, but like I could feel like my throat, like it couldn't come out until I finally got like 3 words out, like something that I said Dios, and like I woke up. Isn't that scary?
Yeah, babe, that's weird. But yeah.
That's why I couldn't tell you what I had dreamt, because I was like, I hadn't recollected all of it until right now when you were telling that story. It came to me what was happening. Chai.
Déjala. Guys, she's playing with the Freddy Krueger nails that Julissa was going to be Freddy Krueger, pero se rajó.
No me rajé, no me quedó el outfit.
Yeah. So anyways, guys, that's our paranormal stories. I, till this day, even though you guys can be like, Jonathan, that's so traumatizing, that's crazy, you legit call the cops on a ghost, like, because that's how real it was, you thought someone broke in. But besides the door, I just can't explain it. I can't. I don't want to say it's something paranormal. I really don't. I'm hoping it was my brain. But at that point, guys, a door slamming shut that hard, and que tienes que batallar para cerrar, first of all. That's what, So I'm like, fuck. That's the only thing that I'll let it slide as paranormal that's happened to me that I can testify to. But other than that,
I don't know. That, like, people tell me stories, and like I know los puedes juzgar como locos, but I'm always like, I believe you like 100%. And like with that story, when Jonathan told me, I was like, oh my god, like that is scary. I don't know what I would do if I had experienced that, to be honest.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, thank you so much. This has been our spooky episode. We told you we were going to give it to you. Y pues muchas gracias por estar aquí escuchando. Perdonen a los que nomás hablan español y nomás entendieron la mitad de este podcast. Pero muy pronto vamos a hacer un podcast en puro español. So keep an eye out for that. And thank you guys so much. We hope you had a safe and fun Halloween. And that maybe next year we'll have a better one.
Yes, hoping for better vibes next year. But if you guys have any paranormal stories, comment them down below and let us know what you think.
No, don't comment, because that's gonna be too long. Comment down below yes or no for
paranormal stuff.
Paranormal stuff.
Like all inclusive.
Yeah.
And if you say no, I envy you. Like Gabby, when she was telling us, she's like, I don't believe in all of that. Like, I'm like, girl, I wish I was like you, but I'm a cat. But anyways, that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for those of you that only listen to us on Spotify. And thank you especially to the ones that watch us on YouTube. I honestly don't know how you guys like watching us and looking at us, but thank you. We appreciate you more than you know. And what else, babe?
Yeah, like I said, guys, even if you do listen to us on Spotify and Apple Music, go ahead and just go to our YouTube video, give it a thumbs up, and comment what we're telling you to comment, because you can't comment on Spotify. But just genuinely, just give it a thumbs up, guys. We appreciate your feedback, and some of you guys are so nice to us, and we're just doing this for you guys. It just started as a dream. Now we're almost at 19,000. No, we are at 19,000. Almost 20,000 subscribers, guys. That's a whole city of Erie, Colorado.
All right, well, thank you guys so much for listening today with us. I hope you have an amazing Friday, and I apologize for the daylight savings and it getting dark at 5 p.m. and you feeling like your entire day is over. I really apologize for that, but without further ado, we're gonna go ahead. Adios.
Bye.